Hey everyone, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's. I am your host, Corey Pearson, and I am very excited that you are joining me today. We are going to have a fun evening. This is going to be a very super kind of informal evening happening here. It looks like I'm having some issues on the website for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't want to restart it. Maybe if I restart it, let me open it back up. Sorry, it's not popping up properly on our website, and so I want to see what's going on with that. It just shows that it's there. Let me check. Sorry, guys. Let me see what's happening on the website right now. If not, it is what it is. We can continue on. I don't know why it's not going to the website properly. Oh well. We will. I'm just gonna stop that. Wonder if it'll let me do it again. Let's see. There it goes. Okay. Yes, open. Okay, now it's working on the website. Sorry about that, everybody. That was strange, but as you know, live here at Linda's, I always run into some type of technical difficulty, but I am here to figure it out and make it work. But I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to watch us across all the different streaming platforms that we are sending this to. If you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can also hop over to our website, lindas.com, now that I've got it working. Click on the live shopping tab, and from there, you can shop directly in the stream, looking at the different products that I'm showing you tonight. Tonight, again, like I mentioned at the very beginning, before all the technical mumbo jumbo, this is very informal. If you have any questions regarding any of the products we have here at Linda's, I'm primarily focusing on thread and batting tonight, but if you've got any other questions like fabrics or notions or anything like that, feel free to drop those in the chat and I will get to them as I can. But I also want to take you through some of the things that are happening here during bonus week. You guys are killing it during bonus week. So thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you're liking these little extra bonuses that are dropping in for you as well, while you are doing the natural shopping that you're going to be doing when you're looking for your quilting and sewing supplies. So I'm just going to bounce around, make sure everything's good across all platforms. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, cool. I already have a question that has come in here, so I'm going to adjust this so we can see it a little bit better, because right now the current theme that it's set up for, you won't see it that well. So let's see. Better, perfect. Okay, so we have a question on YouTube. Do you carry a 108-inch wide white flannel? Wonderful question. I don't believe we have solid white flannel and 108 inches wide. I will double check that for you. I'm going live in the store on Saturday at 11 a.m. Central doing our final recap of bonus week. And in there will be throughout the fabric aisles. That's our main focus that day. So I will double check, but I'm not 100% sure if we, you know what, I could just check my handy dandy notebook right here. I don't think we have white though, but I know we have wide flannel. I know we have 108-inch wide flannel. I just don't believe it's solid white. We do have a white though. It's got like a white wave texture. And it is called, let me pull it up. I believe it's just called wave texture, actually, now that I said it. White wave texture flannel. Let's go overhead real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. It's got kind of like a white, gray look. Oh, hello. That's me. That's me. Let's not. I don't know if you can. No, you can't see that. Oh, maybe. Maybe ish. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, I need to do better. It maybe right. No. Okay. But it's called white wave texture flannel. So you might be able to look that one up, see if that's going to work for what you need. But if you're looking for solid white, I don't believe we have that at this time. It says making a design wall final. Yes, I love a good design wall. Another thing that you can do, I haven't tried it yet, but a few of my friends have, is they've taken those microfiber cloths that you can like clean your car or like clean other bits and things around with, and they wrap them around like a 12 by 12 foam square, and then they have a bunch of those across their wall. And they said the microfiber cloth holds onto the cotton fabrics really well too. Haven't tried it yet, but flannel is also a really great way to go. Let's see. She says website only shows black wide flannel. So yeah, there is that white wave texture. I think that would be really pretty on a design wall too. It would give the quilt some movement. So that would be really, really nice. That one is available and it is 30% off right now. And if you're looking to do, oh no, it's sold out. Never mind, it just sold out. Somebody got it. It just sold out. I will look in the store and I will check also with our purchaser to see if they have any intentions of having more on the way, or we might be able to dip into some of our other warehouses to see what's available. But I will double check. I will. Don't hold me to it. I will double check. And if you join me Saturday, I will have an answer for you for sure. Let's see. Another question. Let's see. The Linda's by Hobbs is the same as the Hobbs heirloom. Oh, wonderful question. Okay, so the Linda's Deluxe Cotton Poly is not the exact same fiber makeup as the Hobbs heirloom line. So there's multiple steps to that question there. So let's dig into that a little bit. So Hobbs has two different lines of batting. They have an heirloom line of batting and they have a Tuscany line of batting. In the heirloom line, they have the 100% cotton, the 80/20. There's something else in that line. There's a couple in that lineup. The Linda's line, so Linda's batting, it's made by Hobbs. The Linda's Deluxe Cotton Poly is actually a 60/40 blend of batting. So it's 60% cotton and 40% polyester. We went with that makeup because we wanted it to have a little bit more warmth and a little bit more loft. With polyester, that's where you start to see your loft in your batting. If you ever notice, if you get 100% cotton, just like standard, it's normally fairly thin because it's compressed and needled together. But when you move up to something like 80/20, you're seeing a little bit more loft because you've got 80% cotton, 20% poly. So that poly's bringing some loft. With the deluxe cotton poly from Linda's, you've got that 60/40. So that 40% poly is bringing even more loft, more warmth, a little bit of less weight, which is really great sometimes depending on what quilt you're using and what you're kind of wanting it to go into. So definitely keep that in mind when you are shopping and when you're looking around. But I love the Linda's Deluxe Cotton Poly. I've got it on a customer quilt right now on the machine. Another thing about batting too, side note, squirrel, informal session. This is what happens here after hours at Linda's. All of my professionalism has gone out the window. If you've been around for a while, you know this. Another thing about the battings, either by the roll or in a package as well, is you definitely want to make sure that you're letting your batting loft up when you first get it. Okay. So, what I mean by that is when it comes to you, if you purchase it in a roll or even in a package, it is compressed into a package, okay, or into a roll to make it easier for shipping, which compresses those fibers down and lowers that loft out of the batting. And when you open it right away, when you first get it, because I know you're super excited to work with the batting, but if you open it right away and you try to start using it right away, that batting is very light. Light, de-loftified. That's the word we're going to use. It has zero loft in it basically because those fibers have been compressed. If you get a roll of batting, let's kind of give you a timeline here. If you purchase a roll of batting and you're thinking about using it maybe in about a week, I would go ahead and open it and take it out of the plastic. Maybe drape a sheet over it so nothing gets on it or anything. But go ahead and open it and let it start to breathe and open up those fibers and loft back up to its natural potential because you'll be so much happier with the batting if you let it breathe and loft back up. If you need it like quickly, like you just got the batting, kind of forgot about it, you need to get it out, you can cut off how much you need and then you can toss it like into like an air fluff dryer with like very little heat, and that will mimic the same thing but faster. But like I got a roll of batting here right before I left for the break, and it looks like mom just put up the quick short that she did. Thank you, mom. I love my mommy. She's so nice for helping me out. in the comments, she put up the short video that she did showing you how it lofts up after 7 days. But I got a roll of batting right before I left for Christmas vacation, and I opened it up, left it in the studio. And when I got back, which was a week and a half, it was just super soft, luxurious, what I was expecting my batting to be when I wanted to quilt with it, because it had time to breathe and open up and go through that. So definitely keep that in mind when you are purchasing. Totally off topic, I know, but I totally scrolled over. If you're joining us on Instagram or any other of the places like that, I do look at every place. So make sure you are dropping in your comments or questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Let's see. Let's see. I have a question from our online store. Um, Ordered some products and I got an email that there was only 4 yards available. Do I have 6? Okay. So that would be a question for our customer service team. I don't have the everything opened up right now. But if you want to reach out to our customer service team, you can send an email to support@lindas.com, or you can reply back to the email that you got from them letting you know about the 4 yards that was available. And they'd be more than happy to take a look and see what is in stock completely. I do apologize about that. With the sales that we have going on, and especially during bonus week, sometimes things get purchased like in store before it can be grabbed for online. So sometimes we have slight inventory discrepancies. I really appreciate all of you being very, what's the word? There's a word. It's after hours. I don't know. You're very, not limble. Oh my gosh. You're wonderful to work with. Let's just go with that. There's a word. You guys know. You're very thoughtful, and you're very courteous about everything when we're going through these different things. So I really, really appreciate that. But definitely reach out to them, Jay Kelly, and they will get that taken care of for you. Do all of the different batting fibers come in black? Great question. So the current one batting, we have quite a few different battings on our website, but the main one that comes to mind when I'm thinking about a black batting is going to be the 80/20 from Hobbs. So the 80/20 comes in a black as well. This is the sample pack from Hobbs. I love this is like one thing that I would definitely purchase if you have any questions about all the different battings, or you'd like to feel them all or get a good look at them. The sample pack is the way to go, but the black is number 6 in the sample pack, which is this one. So that's going to be the 80/20 black. So 80% cotton, 20% polyester with that black fiber. Black batting is absolutely incredible. Flip around so it actually looks like a 6. Is absolutely incredible when you're working with really dark colored fabrics. So if you're going with really like rich royal purples or like burnt oranges or like navy colors, like for instance, like a navy like that, the black batting is going to help keep true those rich colors and not wash anything out. So your quilt top and your quilt backing look exactly the way that you want them to with that. So I love the black batting for that. Wonderful question, Victoria, on that one as we're looking. Oh, Pauline's watching. Hi, Pauline. I miss you. Pauline is Pauline from Pauline's Quilters World PQW. She is out of Australia. She's the inventor of the Quist method. The quilting is so simple. The thing that I've really been showing you guys a lot of how you can do your quilting on your sewing machine. That's Pauline. She's watching us on Instagram and she's commenting. Hi, Pauline. I miss you. I can't wait to see you in a few months. She's coming to the States because we are off for a very big adventure, and I can't wait to tell you all about it once I get back from it, because it's really, really exciting. It's like a career thing for me, very pivotal moment in my career, so I'm very, very excited when we are looking. Okay, we have squirreled off topic, but that's okay. We're back at it. Interested to hear what you think the best thread is for quilting. I'm looking at cotton. Really great question. When you're looking at cotton, there's a bunch of different ones that are really, really good. It depends on kind of your budget. Cotton can sometimes be a little bit more on the pricier end of things. Nothing wrong with that. You're just looking at that natural fiber as opposed to a synthetic fiber. So when it comes to cotton, we have these are just a few off the top of my head, but we have a ton of different threads. But we've got the signature, we've got the Cairo quilt, we've got Aurifil, we've got a bunch of stuff from Wonderfil. I can't even name all the ones that they've got. We have a bunch from YLI. that aren't hit. We've got King Tut. We have Quilter Select has this like cotton poly blend thread that's really, really nice. We've got that. But if I'm looking at quilting with cotton, they all work fairly well for me. I lean a little bit more towards like Signature and King Tut. That's just because that's what I grew up with. It's what I really, really like. It's what works the best for me. I will tell you, anytime you work with a cotton thread, regardless of where it comes from, cotton thread is a natural fiber. Okay. So, what that means is it's going to naturally dry out over time, which makes it a little bit more brittle and sometimes harder to work with. A lot of people get discouraged when they're working with cotton threads because they think that it's breaking too much or the machine has an issue or the thread's the problem. When it really comes down to sometimes you've had that thread for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I've got some in my stash that are 20 years old. So you always want to make sure that you're putting life back into those cotton threads. We sell a product called Ease Thread. If you were with me during our Christmas episodes, I showed them for you because I think it's a wonderful stocking stuffer. I don't know if I have a little bottle over it. Oh, I do. One-handed. Did it. All right. I have a little bottle of this product. It's called Ease Thread. We bottle it here at Linda's. It's a silicone thread lubricant that's not going to stain the thread. It's not going to harm the fabric. It's not going to harm the machine. It's not going to gunk up the needle. It's not going to gunk up the bobbin case. It just puts like a little layer over that cotton thread just to help it glide through your machine really, really nice, especially on some of those older ones. And you just drizzle it right down the cone. Let me grab a cone of thread real quick and show you how to do it. But it's called Ease a Thread, and it's available on our website, lindas.com. I have walked over into my studio to find a thread, and that shouldn't be difficult because I've got a bajillion of them everywhere. But all you have to do is just open the top, and then you can drizzle it down the cone. You just take this and you just drizzle it down. And I do about 3 lines. Nothing crazy. And you just let it sit for a couple of seconds. It doesn't have to wait forever just for it to soak in, and then you're ready to get going. It's also going to help decrease lint. If you like to do a lot of back and forth straight line quilting on your machine, and sometimes you notice that your thread breaks from like right to left sometimes, the Ease the Thread can help that because it's holding those fibers together. When it's going from right to left, when you're long arming, the thread's kind of unspooling and quilting in the opposite direction that it normally likes to. So this kind of keeps those fibers together and keeps it held. But that Ease the Thread works really well. But again, you're back to your original question. I personally like the Signature and the King Tut, but that's just what I grew up with. That's what I like. So yeah, there's one. YLI has one called Dream Seam. I believe that's cotton. Pretty sure. If it's cotton, I've pieced with that one. That's really nice. I haven't quilted with it, but it's a 50 weight, which is really, really good as it's working. Okay. Let's see. Got a question on YouTube. What is the difference between heirloom and Tuscany? Wonderful question. So, when you're referring to Hobbs, as we mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, Hobbs has 2 different lines of batting. Well, they've got a couple more than 2, but the main 2 are the heirloom line and the Tuscany line. Basically, what the heirloom line is it is all cut, rolled, folded, packaged. Everything is done by machine, tightly compressed into a bag. Like I mentioned, takes all the loft out of it. Makes it easier for shipping and for storage for all you guys, cost wise, and all sorts of different things like that. The Tuscany line is made with the same fiber types, but all of that is done, cut, fold, and packaged by hand. And there is a little bit of extra air in the bag. What that's going to do is it's going to leave a little bit of air and a little bit of loft in the batting. So it's more or less ready to go right out of the package, right out of the box, per se. In that same fiber type, same wonderful batting. It just kind of depends on which area you're wanting to go. Tuscany also has a little bit more of the high-end fiber types. So there's a Tuscany silk. There's a cotton wool blend in there. There's a Tuscany Supreme. So a little bit, some of those higher end ones of the batting lines of fibers, well, you'll find in the Tuscany line. Your heirloom is more of your everyday, a little bit more cost effective business, different things like that will be found in the heirloom line, but still both wonderful battings. And that's just from Hobbs. I don't know if you guys know this, but we carry, I mean, we also have the Warm Company, got Warm and Natural. I know a lot of you love Insulbright. We have Insulbright. We've got Pellon. We've got Quilter's Dream, which I think I said, but we've got Quilter Select. We've got R&K. We've got Bosol. We've got, I'm starting to lose track. I always used to be very on hand of what we have, but like we have over 50,000 products now, so I'm starting to lose in my brain what we really do have. But our batting section is a very, very full. And this brings up a really great point that's happening during bonus week right now. So if you bounce over to our website, lindas.com, and I've got mine pulled up right here. If you go into the deals section, you can go to bonus week, which ends this Sunday. And if you're looking at purchasing some batting, if you spend $175 on your batting rolls, which is pretty easy to do, you'll earn an additional 2,000 Corey's Cash points on top of the points that you already get for purchasing. And then those can stack with your cart bonus points that are happening too. So a lot of ways to get some money back to go towards your next purchase. Corey's Cash is our reward system here at Linda's, so that just adds in extra discounts into your account the next time you purchase, which is really, really great. If you want to try some things on batting packages instead of a full roll, if you spend $100 on batting packages, you're going to get an additional 500 bonus points included on your order, and you can stack those around. So, like, let's say batting packages, for instance. There's also a current BOGO happening right now. So if you buy 3 of the Hobbs or Linda's branded batting packages, you get the 4th one free as long as you add that 4th one in your cart. So you can take advantage of that BOGO. You would probably be spending over $100 on batting packages. Well, you might not be. I would do it twice. So then you can get, buy 6, get 2 free. But then you can stack that with that, and then you're getting your cart bonuses as well. So you can really start to build up those bonuses as we are going. Let's see. Aline, what are your favorite needles for piecing? Oh, great question. Superior has these titanium needles. They're really nice to piece with. I also like the YLI needles. They're a top stitch. I think they're titanium coated as well. Those are really nice to piece with. And then we have some universal needles from a place. That are really nice to piece with. When it comes to piecing, I normally look at the size of the needle. Most of the time, I'm normally using like a 14, so a 90-14 needle for piecing. And those are the best that I have found. Those are the ones that I really like to work with. When I'm long arming, I like to use a chrome plated needle, which is just a regular sharp. It's always given me the best outcome for my quilting, unless I'm using Minky on the back. If I'm using Minky on the back, I'll use a ballpoint needle, because the ballpoint needles separate the fibers when they're going through. And that's really important when you're working with Minky, because if you use a regular sharp needle, you'll notice sometimes when you're long arming, it pulls up a piece of that Minky fiber to the top through the quilt. And then you have to end up like fishing it out. That's just because of the needle that you're using, which is normally made for everyday cottons. So if you have Minky on the back, I would suggest a ballpoint needle. I know we sideswiped out of that, but those are the ones I want. Carmen says, your hands look nice. Thank you very much. I need to go back to the nail salon. They need to be redone. Let's see. Corey, how do you like the bamboo batting? Easy to use. Oh, wonderful question. I'm actually really falling in love with the bamboo batting from Quilter's Dream. It's really, really nice to use. It has a wonderful like drape to it. Feels really luxurious. I'm using it a lot in my personal quilts, and I also like it. You guys know I love Thermore batting from Hobbs for my cuddle quilts, but I have Minky quilts. I have been trying the bamboo a lot in the minky quilts as well, just because it gives it a little bit of extra weight and extra drape. And I'm finding that I'm really liking that as well. Bamboo is a little bit on the more pricey side. So, like, those are the things that I normally leave for myself. If you're quilting for customers, if they pay the upcharge, go for it. But you just kind of have to be a little careful. It does have a little bit of a stretch to it as well. Keep that in mind. It has a little bit of a stretch. You have to be very careful working with it. Just like working with a batting without a scrim, you have to be very gentle when you're using it, not to overstretch it because it can stretch out of shape. But it does feel really nice. A little bit thinner on the thin side, but it drapes absolutely beautifully. So I've really fallen in love with that as I'm going. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Do you make any adjustments if you use thick batting such as wool? My long armor says it makes your quilting feel like a marshmallow. Oh, um, I don't make any adjustments on my long arm or on my machine when I'm quilting with wool. Some machines have to like change their hopping foot or their presser foot height. On my Innova, I have the quick change foot system, and if I need to adjust it, it's just like a screw, and I can actually just move the foot. I don't have to do the full like presser bar changing stuff of things. But I normally don't have to have an issue when I'm working, or normally don't run into an issue when I'm working with wool batting. I do like to use the cup foot, so it looks like that when I am working with it, just so it glides across. If it runs into more of a poofy section, it just kind of slides it out of the way. But I don't have to make any adjustments for that at all. Let's see. Y'all have really good questions. I had a lineup of different things to talk about, but this is fun. I actually like this. Let's see. Another question. What do you think is best thread for quilting, cotton or poly? This all comes down to a personal preference. It really does. I have cotton, polys, metallics, rayons, silks, all sorts of threads in my cabinet over there, and I grab what color works best. If you're just starting out, I highly recommend a poly thread just because it's a little easier to work with, seeing as it is a synthetic fiber, it's a little stronger. And I know sometimes when people hear like, "Oh, polyester thread," it gets a little "Ooh." Old school polyester. I would have given you the "Ooh," too, but this new age polyester, it hits a little bit differently. It's made more like a cotton, but it just has the strength of poly. So, like for instance, if we go overhead, this is a wonderful segue into some things. We have some fun BOGOs, not BOGOs, excuse me, some fun bonus points that are happening right now on threads. And this is a wonderful starter thread. If you've never worked with a poly before, I would highly recommend giving Omni a shot. Omni is made by Superior Threads. And right now during bonus week, if you buy 2 of the Omni 6,000 yards, you're going to earn an additional 5,000 bonus points towards your Corey's Cash account. Or if you buy 3 of the Omni 2,000 yards, you're going to get the same 5,000 bonus points that are happening. It's a wonderful poly thread, polycore. It has like a matte finish, so it looks like cotton. Anytime we sold a new long arm back in the day when we were doing it, this was the thread that we always recommended for folks to get started. Omni is also really great to serge with if you have a serger. That's why I like the mini cones. They're really, really great. They're running away. But these are some of my favorite colors in those sections. Also, another like promo happening. If you buy 10 of the Superior branded threads, so Omni, Bottom Line, King Tut, Fantastico, Magnifico, um, and you add in the Corey's Hook and Snip tool, then you can get that hook and snip for free along with all of your extra bonus points that you're getting. But I do like Omni a lot for the matte side of things, the matte finish side of things. I also, if I'm looking for a like a more of a sheen thread, and I'm still wanting to stay in the Superior family, I look at either Magnifico or Fantastico. Magnifico is going to be a solid. It's going to have a nice little sheen to it. Polyester, you can see the sheen here on the light. And Fantastico, same fiber type, but it is going to be a variegated in there as well. These are also threads that are on clearance. We're currently moving them to another warehouse, so we have to clearance them out of our warehouse. So they're 50% off right now, and they still qualify for the extra bonus that's happening right now. So if you buy 2 of the Magnificos or 2 of the Fantasticos, you're going to get an additional 500 bonus points, which is fantastic. In there. I also brought these threads out too because I had Trisha reach out to me on Facebook. She watched our live on Tuesday and she had a question regarding threads, and I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." So I just kind of want to show you guys. So she is working with this really cute kind of sea fabric. She's working on a baby quilt, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So she sent me a picture of the fabric, and she was wondering which one of the Magnificos I would choose for it. And originally, I told her the 2141, and it looks a little bit more yellow on the screen that you guys are seeing, but it's more of like a pale blue. I told her this 2141. This is going to really show off the quilting in this. So it has a really nice, beautiful aqua color. But then when I was looking, I actually grabbed this 2157, and it has this really nice kind of like Tar Heel color that blends in really well with some of these lighter blues throughout, and kind of more sinks it into the background where this is really going to show off the quilting. So it just depends on kind of which angle you're watching. I believe Trish is watching this right now. So it believes on kind of which angle you're leaning. It's also, oh, those are my friends from Snapchat. Then also I grabbed a Fantastico. This is 5070. It's a variegated of these same colors, but it's going to also work really well across this. This was my first grab when she asked what thread to use. I actually leaned more towards a variegated just because I love the way that variegateds look across multiple colors on the quilt. So if you're looking for a variegated, the Fantastico 5070, Trisha is the one I would use. Or if you're looking for the Magnifico Solid, the 2141 or the 2157. Or just grab all of them. Why not while you're looking? Okay, let's see. Those that are watching on Instagram, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I've got everything kind of pulled up at one point. Mom has dropped in some things online, so thank you, Mom. I really appreciate that. Always helping me out. That's my woman. She's the best. All right. Let's talk about some other bonuses in thread since we're talking about thread. Those were polys. These are polys in the Glide family. So Glide, also a really great thread, 40 weight, has a little bit of a sheen to it, 5,500 yards on the cone. And if you buy 2 of the King glides, that's going to qualify you for an additional 500 bonus points. Can't beat that. I grabbed the minis too because I love the minis. They're just little babies. Look at them. They're so cute. They're just babies. Okay. I grabbed a couple of the minis. These are actually my favorite colors in the Glide lineup. And if you buy 5, I grabbed 6, but if you buy 5 of the Glide minis, you're also going to get an additional 500 bonus points during bonus week happening here at Linda's. These colors, just if anyone likes to know, I like celery, baby blue, cool gray 3, first kiss, bone, and either chiffon or yellow whisper. I grabbed yellow whisper, but chiffon is actually my favorite yellow. But the minis are a really great way. If you've never tried Glide, the minis are an absolutely fantastic way to get in and try it. Glide is wonderful for quilting. It's wonderful for embroidery. I know a lot of people that piece with Glide. Completely up to you in there as you're looking. But that is those. So those are really nice, wonderful ones that are helping. And I love, love, love those colors together. Okay, I've got some questions that I have not been keeping up with. So let's see. Ease thread is not showing as available on your. Oh, it looks like Mom got that. Okay, thanks, Mom. It should be on our website. Hopefully, it is showing now. Titanium ones, yep, they're good. What is the overall Omni and Glide color that goes with any quilt colors, the go-to colors? Ah, wonderful. For Omni, my go-to color is the 3021. It's ash gray. It has a really good way of pulling in different colors around it. Wonderful way for things to blend and for things to work together for Omni. For Glide, my go-tos are actually all 6 of the ones I just showed you in the mini collection. I have my own Glide collection through Filtech. It's called the Corey Pearson collection, and those are the colors that I use, and it comes in the larger cones. But if I was to narrow it down, my go-tos would be Bone and First Kiss. With Bone, it is like an iridescent. I'll try to. It's probably a little harder to see on camera. That's not bad. It's like an iridescent purpley white pink. It has a way of picking up color from what's around it really, really well. And it just really works with any light colored fabrics. When you get to some of the darker ones, it starts to look white, but it really works well with lighter colored fabrics. Then I go, if I'm working with darker colored fabrics, I tend to move towards First Kiss. It has a little bit of a blushy tone to it, and it picks up the same amount of color as Bone does, but it works a little bit better with those darker colors. So those are the two. But if I was to opt in to grab 6, I would get my full collection, which are all 6 of these colors. You can do them in minis, or you can get the signed Corey Pearson edition boxed set, which is available on our website. Mom might be able to drop that link. As you can see, I use my box set, but there is a signed box set for you guys that has all of my go-to colors in it in the King Cone edition. So that's great. It's hiding right now because I'm showing off my friend's new book back here that she just published, which is absolutely incredible. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, y'all are talking. This is good. Let's hide that one. Okay. Should be 60 weight glide threads. Wonder if so we do have, there are 60 weight glide threads as well. The ones that I've been showing you are the 40 weights, but Glide also does offer a 60 weight. It's a more of a limited color selection, but they do have a 60 weight, which is going to be a little bit thinner. I tend to use 60 weight a lot in my bobbin. I have friends that do embroidery. They use the 60 weight a lot in their bobbins. It's just going to fill up the bobbin a little bit more. If you want to quilt with a 60 weight on top, it's just going to kind of push your quilting more into the background and showcase the quilt top a lot more, which sometimes that's what you're looking for. Like I have a show quilt that I've got to get started on, and I'm going to be working on a much thinner thread for that because the quilt itself is really the showstopper. I'm just going to help accentuate it with the quilting. So I would work with a little bit more of a thinner thread at that point. Let's see. Trish says, is your Glide collection on your website? It is. You can go to the search bar and type in the Corey Pearson collection, and it will be there, or it looks like Mom just dropped the link in the YouTube chat as well. Mom, Trish is watching on Facebook, so I don't know if that link will pull over, but if you just go to our website and in the search bar, just type in Corey Pearson, CoreyPearson, you'll see the products that I have with my name, but there is the collection box set right there for you. So thank you. I also want to talk about piecing threads since we're talking about thread. Let's go overhead and see. Did it sell out? I wonder. Unless everyone on the stream just picked it up, which I mean, I would appreciate that, but it should be there still. If not, I will make sure we get you some more. It did just sell out. There will be more later this week or next week. I'll make sure we get some more. Dang. I just got done signing a bunch of them. Yay. Thank you, guys. If you can, I will send it out in the Chief Quilter newsletter that goes out every Friday whenever more are available, just to let you know. And if it does fall off of the sale that's happening right now, I will make sure that you get the sale price as well, because I think there is a sale happening right now on the Glide. So I'll make sure you get the sale price too whenever they come back in stock. So no worries about that. We will handle that for you. Let's talk. Oh, another question just popped up. This is fun. I like this. Can I see some of the 60 weight? You sure can. Let me I'll be right back. You'll still be able to hear me. I just have to come over to my studio because I have some over here. I actually just got done, or I'm about to start working on a quilt for a friend that has the 60 weight in the bobbin. So luckily I've got one, but I'm going to grab a few other ones. That's, oh, that's that. Okay. Well, I'll grab two. I thought I had more. I need to reorganize my threads. How do you guys feel about that? Do you need to reorganize your thread cabinet? I know I do. I know I do. Okay, so the 60 weights will have a black cone. That's how you'll know, and they'll also say Glide 60 on them. These have the same 5,500 yards. This is the cool gray 3, and this is the cream on it. It's not really easy for you to see on camera, but I will get a darker piece of fabric, and maybe you'll be able to see it. Let's grab that. And there it is. Very, very thin. Really, really nice to work with when you really want things to kind of hide into the background. But that is the Glide 60 weight that's available. And if you just go to our website, lindas.com, underneath the thread section, you'll be able to go down to Glide, and then there's Glide Minis, Glide, and Glide 60 that are available. But the 60s will have a black cone. That's how you'll know the difference between them. Let's talk about some piecing threads, since we're talking about threads. Let's talk about some piecing and some hand embroidery, or just embroidery in general threads. We've got some wonderful BOGOs happening right now on the Aurifil threads. Okay. So Aurifil is absolutely wonderful for piecing. I really, really like it. This is the 50 weight. The 50 weight has an orange cone, and it's harder to tell on camera. They all look red, but the 50 weight has an orange cone on it. The 12 weight has a red cone. That's how you'll be able to tell the difference. 50 weight's wonderful for your everyday piecing. We have a wide variety of colors, and people always ask, why do you have different colors for piecing threads? Normally, whenever you're looking at a quilt and it has kind of like one color range throughout it, overall, like it's leaning more towards purples, I would pick up a purple, because when you're piecing with it, if it accidentally, like the seam semi opens while it's being quilted, it's going to blend more into the fabric as opposed to like a bright white thread. So I always pick up a bunch of different colors when I am working with the piecing threads, but we have the 50 weight and the 12 weight. 12 weight's great for hand embroidery. It's also great for different types of sewing and quilting applications. You just have to adjust tension and needles. But there are some bonus point offers happening right now. If you buy 2 of the 50 weight or 2 of the 12 weights, you're getting an additional 500 bonus points on those. If you like piecing with a little bit of a thinner thread like me, because I like flatter seams, more crisp points, Aurifil also offers an 80 weight, and it's on the cherry wooden spool. 80 weight is probably my go-to for any type of piecing that I do. Um, and I make my stitch length a little bit shorter when I'm working with it. But it still works really, really well. I use it a lot when I do any type of paper piecing. And so the 80 weight's my go-to. These are some of the go-to colors that I like out of it. 100% cotton. Aurifil is, we had a podcast with Karen from Aurifil when I was at the Houston show a couple of years ago. And she was telling us about how the thread goes through like a paraffin oil bath, and that's what makes it glide through your machine so well. Even Trisha says, love piecing with Aurifil. It's so incredible in your machine. Your machine loves the Aurifil threads when you're piecing. Also, like the 80 weight, like I mentioned, if you do like to paper piece, we also have another promo that I didn't get to show you the other day. But if you buy any legit kit, which is a paper piece kit, you get an additional 2,500 bonus points. So this is my favorite one. I like the shrimps. I think it's cute. But I could pair it with the 80 weight thread, and it just makes paper piecing so much easier. But a legit kit comes with like all the fabrics that you need, and they're all labeled. But they're really, really nice. But these would be some of the go-tos that I would choose on those as I'm working with it. So let's see. I've got a question on Instagram. Let's see. The higher the number, the puffier the quilt top. I'm assuming you're meaning the thread, because that's the weight that we were talking about. The higher the weight number, it's actually the thinner the thread. The lower the weight number, the thicker the thread. If you're looking at puffier quilts, you're looking at the loft of batting at that point. And there's a bunch of different ways to calculate the loft in the batting. So you'll just have to keep that in mind. I would definitely read the not the instructions, the description of the product, and it will tell you what the approximate loft is on that. So yes, yeah, looking at thread weight, then yes, that would be the correct answer. Then yes. Let's see. I'm actually taking notes. I never stop learning from you. Oh, thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. Sorry, just got here. Yes, Joanne, the video will be available to rewatch on our website, on our YouTube, and on our Facebook after this is live. So you can go back from the start and learn everything else that you missed before you got here. Let's see. Do you use the 12 weight often with long arming or a fill? Great question. I have used the 12 weight a couple of times when I really want a thick stitch. Like I really want to see the stitching. My Nova has an embroidery feature on it. It's called grand format embroidery. I like to use the 12 weight with that because it really makes the embroidery pop. If I'm doing sometimes I actually use the 12 weight for stitch in the ditch. I know, shoot me. I know it's stitch in the ditch you're not supposed to see. But if I'm working on like this like mandala or this medallion and I want to really make it pop and kind of give it that shimmery edge around it, I use a really thick thread, like a gold 12 weight, and it like kind of shimmers the edges. And even though it's in the ditch, it really makes it stand out and looks like it's framed. And comes together really nice. But I would highly recommend having a larger needle in your machine. So like when I do a 12 weight, I use a size 5.0 needle, a size 21 needle. And I'll use either a 40 or a 50 weight in the bobbin. I will not put the 12 weight in the bobbin. It just hasn't performed well for me. If you would like to, be my guest, but it just hasn't performed well for me. So a 40 or 50 weight in the bobbin. Normally like a glide works fine. A 40 weight glide in the bobbin works fine for me. But I have liked the 12 weight for like a faux stitch in the ditch, border wrapping look for around like certain points. It looks really, really pretty. I'm thinking, let me grab you something else. I'm having fun tonight. This is from Carly Porter from her Honest Fabric collection. That's a panel that she prints up. But I'm going to do, oh, that looks good on camera. I'm going to use that 12 weight in these little ditches here to really make it pop and give you that channel look through this. So as I work on that, that's going to be a summer project. But as I work on that, I will make sure to bring you guys along live so you can see all the different things that are happening in that. So some of my favorites there. Let's see. Okay, do you have a sale on the pre-wound glide bobbins? I believe they're on sale right now. I know there's not an additional bonus happening on them this week. However, I do believe they are on sale. I just have to find them. Just type in Magna Glides. They are 10% off right now. So yes, they are on sale right now. So those are for the Magna Glide Delights and the Magna Glide Classics are both going to be on that sale, which is great. Let's see. Marie says, can you show the mushroom kit again? Of course, yeah. Clear this out of the way. So this is the Shrooms kit from Legit Kits. This is one of the many designs that we have on our website from them. It's a foundation paper piece quilt top project. This is a very detailed project. There's 29 colors, there's 540 pieces, and it finishes at 30 by 40. So it's a small project, very, very detailed. But when you get to those really, really small pieces of fabric, the 80 weight thread is going to be your best friend because it's going to have less bulk in the seam and it's going to piece together easier. And then it has all of these. There's a ton of different fabrics that come in that kit. I love a good quilt kit. I love everything that comes together in it. It's fantastic. If you've ever had any questions about paper piecing, Brooke Veal and I from Starling Quilting, she is an incredible paper piecing designer. I've had her on the show a couple of times and she is my bestie. I love Brooke. Hi, Brooke. I know you're watching. She has some incredible designs, but she has some really great tips for foundation paper piecing on our YouTube channel that you can go back and watch if you've never done foundation paper piecing before. And also coming in the next few months, we'll have a foundation paper piecing course that you can take on our website as well. So we're very excited about that, which is great. Let's see. I think it says lost connection frozen on Instagram. I think it's back. It might have frozen temporarily. I think we're good. Let me know if we're good, folks. If you're still seeing everything. I think I'm still seeing everything, but that doesn't mean that it's still all there. So let me know in the comments if everything is working just okay, just great on your end. That would be fantastic, just so I have that in my brain. I think that's all that I had to talk about tonight. Unless you wanted to talk a little bit about batting, we've got those as well. I can chat about some batting. We got some fun batting promos that are happening as it's working. Okay, all back. Good. Yay. We got some incredible batting promos that are happening with our bonus week. Like I mentioned, if you spend $100 on any batting packages, you're going to get those additional bonus points. If you spend $175 on any batting rolls, you're going to get more additional bonus points. And don't sleep on those cart bonuses. Okay, don't sleep on the cart bonuses. And what I mean by that is if you visit our website, lyndas.com, and you go to the bonus week page, if you scroll down, there's a how the savings stack. Bless it. And the third one option in there is the cart point boosts that are available. And in there, you can look at all the other cart bonuses. So as you're building your cart, get really creative with your BOGOs, with your bonus points, and with your cart point boosts to make the best oomph that you can out of bonus week happening this week. All good. Okay, everyone's all good. I like that. Yay! So good. Okay. Let's briefly, or do I want to save that for Saturday? I'm going to save it for Saturday. I'm going to let you have your evening. We're going to save this for Saturday because I've got some more stuff I want to talk to you about, but I'm going to save it for Saturday because I want to let you have your evening. Let's see. Please pull the fabric and try to find the wide back when in your shop on Saturday. Oh, Trisha, I have not forgotten. I've got a sticky note over on my laptop. We'll take a look at that on Saturday morning. I am going live again here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and on our website at 11 a.m. Central. And we're going to be in the store. So if you're swinging by, you can swing by and hop on camera and say hi. We're going to look at some fabrics and some pre-cuts and look at how those BOGOs and those promos are happening. Let's see. Friend is using a thin wool and it's so thin and soft. What wool do you carry? We have and it looks like Mom replied to it, so thank you, Mom. But we have the Quilter's Dream wool. We have the Hobbs wool. And we have a wool from somebody else. We have a couple of different ones. If you're looking for more of a thin, soft one, you're probably leaning more towards the Quilter's Dream wool. Hobbs wool is soft, but it's got a little more loft to it. Quilter's Dream's a little bit more on the thinner side, not by much. It's like a fraction different, but it's still going to have a really nice soft feel to it as well when you're working on that. Let's see. What is Corey's batting to use on his quilts? Not show quilts, but bed quilts. Oh, wonderful question. If it's for me, this is hard because I like all of the batting. I like a heavy quilt. I like a really heavy quilt. Sometimes I'll double layer my batting because I like a heavy quilt. I like a weighted blanket almost for my quilts on my beds. So I'm going to probably end up using 100% cotton batting. I like the 100% cotton. If it's for me, I would do the Tuscany Supreme 100% cotton. That's a really nice thick, lofty cotton. There's no scrim in that, so you have to be very careful when you're loading the quilt that you're not stretching the batting out of shape. But when it quilts up, it is the softest, most plushy, heavy weighted. It's not really even heavy, but weighted batting. Cotton is heavier than an 80/20. But I have done a double layer on that as well. I've done 2 layers, and I did that for a quilt for a friend because they wanted something really weighted, and it was chef's kiss. It was so good. But I do love the Tuscany Supreme. I'm also falling in love a little bit with the Quilter's Dream has a N6 batting. It's 100% cotton. I believe it's their Cotton Deluxe. I believe it's called Deluxe. It's available in packages, so that's nice if you don't want to do a full roll. I do like that as well. And I've got another one. What about what batting for very cold like Wyoming? Okay, so this is another good question when it comes to the temperature of batting. You would think you would lean more towards like wool. Okay, wool is really great for like multi-use. I actually use a lot of wool here in Texas, and Texas is extremely warm. But I use wool because it's breathable. It's a really nice batting. It's breathable. It doesn't have a memory for creases, so it's absolutely wonderful if you like want to put the quilt away for like a month and then open it back up and let it breathe, and it's just going to poof all the creases out of it. I actually like polyester batting for cold climates. Polyester is a synthetic fiber, so it's going to hold in the heat. It does not breathe well at all, and so by design. And so, if you're looking at like a cold climate quilt, I like the Cloud Loft batting. That one's nice. That's a little poofier. If you're looking for a little bit thinner, the Poly Down from Hobbs, really, 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 really nice. And it's actually going to be warm, like super warm, because it's a synthetic fiber batting. It's going to retain the heat in with you and not breathe it through the quilt. So that's kind of where my brain goes in there when I'm doing that. So that's my thing that I've got going on here. Is tonight the last night for bonuses? It is not. The last night for bonuses is Sunday night. We're just doing a fun recap here on Thursday, but Sunday night, this Sunday, is the last night for the additional bonuses that we have available right now. First time watching you. You're so wonderful. What is the best time to buy? Oh, thanks, Lynn. I appreciate that. When is the best time to buy batting at a discount? Honestly, right now. The batting is 30% off for the packages or the rolls. And then you've got with the bonus offers that you got, like say you got a roll of the Linda's Deluxe Cotton Poly Batting, one of my favorites because I helped formulate it. That roll is over the $175 spend limit, or spend minimum. So you're going to get those for the bonus. You don't have to have a minimum on our website, but you're going to get those 2,000 additional bonus points. So that's like, if I do my math right, it's a couple of that's what. Hold on. Trying to do. I gotta. This is where the stacking gets to be fun. So let's see. I'm doing my math right now. So 2,000 additional bonus points is an automatic $10 Corey's Cash voucher towards your next purchase. So that's $10 right there. Let's hold on to that. Then if we go down to our cart bonuses, and you'll do over 149 with that batting roll. So that'll be another 2,000. So that's another $10 back. So that's $20 back. And then if you do over 299, so say you get another roll if you want to, or some threads or some things like that, you're going to get another $10 gift card towards another purchase. So then that would be $30 back. And then the batting's 30% off. At this point, I mean, it's basically telling you to take it home. That's quilter math right there. That's free. I don't know what else to tell you. That's that's how I justify things here. But I would say now would probably be your best time because bonus week is always the best time to grab those savings that are happening and that are available. Let's see. Trish said, I'm tempted to buy your rotary cutter. Trisha, don't be tempted. Today's the day. It's your time. You're worth it. Treat yourself. If you do get the Linda's rotary cutter, we have it in the 45 or the 60 millimeter. Make sure you add in those those replacement blades, and they will be free in your cart. Make sure you add those in. You always want to have a couple of extra replacement blades on hand. That's the time to do it. Let's see. Mom says it's time to go home and rest. No, Mom, I got to be on with the people. I love the people. All good. Okay, awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight here on After Hours. I have had such a super fun time. And it's so much fun hanging out with you guys. I love a question and answer. I could sit here all day and answer your questions. It's really what I love to do. I want you to be confident in what you're doing, and be confident in your purchases here at Linda's, because we have got your back. We love you. We appreciate you. Make sure you're signed up for our newsletters. Um, I know we send out a good amount, but that's okay. We keep you updated with all the sales. But every Friday, I have my Chief Quilter newsletter, and tomorrow's newsletter is going to show you some of my favorites that are happening during bonus week. We talked about a few tonight, but it's also has the free project in there that happens every Friday. So, Free Project Friday. That happens in there. It's the baked Alaska quilt. It's really pretty. So, if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get that first thing in the morning when you open it up. Also has my latest podcast that launches tomorrow with Jessica Drain from So Tights. We talked about her journey through the incredible business that she has built with her sister. And you will want to grab your tissues, because her and I ended up crying at the end because it was just so good. But I love that. I love that podcast. I love getting to know more about the individuals that help shape this industry. And it's just a great time to be. And if you are wanting to join us again, make sure you join me Saturday at 11 a.m. Central. We'll be in the store and taking a look at some of the other fun bonuses happening with fabric. You can hop over to our website, lindas.com, click on the live shopping tab, and then choose the notify me option for Saturday's broadcast. And it will send you a text message right before we go live so you can stay up to date and notified. We've got a few other things that just popped in. Snowcap Quilt says, is bonus week once a year? I don't know. Do you want it more than once a year? I could do it once a year. I have some pull here. Bonus week is normally once a year, but I'm not against doing more than once a year. You let me know. You let me know in the comments if you'd like to see bonus week more than once a year, because we could probably make that happen. Linda says, I bought about 6 rolls of the Linda's batting. I think I have 4 left, and I love it. I love the love. We are so happy to hear that. My mom and I worked very, very close with the formulation team at Hobbs to get this specific blend that we wanted for all of you and for us, and it has come together so well, and we are so happy about it, that it's coming through. Everything looks good on everyone's end. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.